Few boxers can brag of having such a bright future. His illustrious life as Mike Tyson, he maintains world records that have not been surpassed. Currently, the youngest world, the highest-earning heavyweight champion, the first heavyweight world champion, and the individual who has the most quickest knockouts over his extensive career. The rise and smashing of iron doping scandals, jail, and falls. He became the best boxer regardless of weight category, took part in the fight of the year, and was even disqualified for biting an opponent. Mike's reputation and the magic of his name were so frightening that many of his rivals broke even before entering the ring. But there were those who got involved with Tyson and mental games, taunted him before the fight, and tried to get in his head. And now, we will talk about the most cocky rivals of the legendary champion, and how their story with Mike ended. 1995 was noted for a prominent event. Legendary in the boxing world, Mike Tyson re-entered the ring following imprisonment following a period of 4, called the proprietor of a stunning but fabricated record. The finalist was Peter McNeely. Despite the status, as the following adversary of a blatant underdog, McNeely was persuaded the news that Iron Mike had left was reported it was still the same as it had been before. At the time, the haughty fighter asserted he would demolish Tyson like a tornado, and pledged to surprise the boxing in the community. Such utterances simply elicited a smiles from individuals in his vicinity. Larry Holmes and McNeely first met at 1. Boxing Evening asked the boxer ironically not to totally ruin Mike, but to leave him with a little. On August 19th, a trial against McNeely was held. 1995, attempting to back up his claims deeds. Suddenly, Peter lunged at his opponent following the commencement of the game, but the power and general skill differences level was already beyond compare in the first round. Tyson twice knocked out the arrogant after McNeely's. The adversary fell to the ground. Second fall of his team members leapt into the ring, where, as per the referee, was compelled by the rules to stop the battle. With Tyson declared the winner, McNeely is disqualified.
With McNeely on the inside.
Tyson seeming to just hang back there waiting for that one shot.
He is 1 minute gone by. McNeely's already been down.
Steve, he's very hurt. He can barely stand up.
They want Tyson to go to the neutral corner. What's going on?
Correct. That was not correct.
The return of the champion to the ring was more than successful, and proved that he was still a formidable force in his weight category. On February 25, 1989, Mike Tyson faced a rather serious test in the face of British puncher Frank Bruno, who already had experience in a championship fight. Even though it was unsuccessful, the Briton did not show the slightest respect for his formidable opponent and assured the public of his victory, moreover, by knockout before the fight against Iron. Bruno had an impressive record, winning 32 fights, of which 31 by knockout and losing only 2 fights to the strong James Smith and Tim Witherspoon, and also had a winning streak of 4 wins. The most notable was the victory in the previous fight over former world title contender Joe Bugner, whom the Briton stopped in the 8th round already in the first round. Tyson sent the arrogant contender to the floor of the ring, but he managed to take a vertical position, bravely responding to his opponent with a blow for a blow. But even Frank's great resistance did not help him to even reach the half of the fight in the 5th round after a series of blows. By Tyson, the fight was stopped. It is worth noting that Mike entered the ring with less than 2 weeks of normal training behind him.
Trying to attack this guy. I don't think points will mean anything by the time this fight's over. But Frank Bruno is trying to make a fight of it. Now Frank comes very slowly across the ring. He knows he's in with a blow. Tyson gets nailed with a left hook. Tyson looks wobbly. Tyson was caught. Best he can. He's still in big trouble. The uppercut catches him. The right hand catches him. He's really being hit now. Blood coming from the nose. His eyes are puffy. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell. If he doesn't answer it, Richard Steele has moved in and has stopped the fight. It's all over. Michael Tyson wins on a 5th round.
On October 9th, 1985, Mike Tyson entered the ring against the journeyman Donnie Long, who didn't show any respect before the fight and tried his hardest to get in his head. Even the craziest fans understood that the chances of a win were comparable to the chances of a snowman not melting in the Sahara Desert. But the boxer continued to dig a hole for himself, picturing how we will fight against Mike in the center of the ring. But in the ring, Long was waiting to play the part of the lamb prepared for the slaughter. The fight lasted 1 minute 28 seconds. During this time, Tyson sent the boastful journeyman to the floor of the ring 3 times on January 22, 1988. The 21-year-old Tyson fought the most famous opponent of his career, legendary Larry Holmes, who after 2 unexpected defeats to Michael Spinks ended. His career agreed to enter the ring against the young lion a $3 million fee, and a small opportunity to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world quickly convinced the 38-year-old veteran to accept Don King's offer and return to big boxing after a 2-year break. Realizing that fee wasn't a gift, Larry tried to stir up the interest of the public before the fight with big statements, speaking disparagingly about the future opponent. He claimed that there was absolutely nothing special about Mike, and that he would clearly show to everyone the real level of the young champion to prepare after such a long break, and at quite an old age for such a dangerous opponent, is not an easy task. Being not in the most optimal shape, Holmes decided that his skills and experience would be enough to win against Iron Mike, or maybe he simply decided to make money once in the same. Square of the ring with Tyson. The veteran wasn't himself, and his job and good footwork were only sporadically noticeable. Mike was superior to the opponent first of all in speed. He closed the distance with lightning speed, evading his opponent's attacks, and shook the veteran with his blows. Larry was able to withstand the furious onslaught of the champion for only 3 full rounds, and in the 4th came the end 3 times. Tyson sent his opponent to the floor of the ring, and after the 3rd fall, the referee Joe Cortez gave the go-ahead to stop the fight. Tyson is much better than I thought. His speed and punching technique are well developed. He is a real champion. The legendary veteran accepted his defeat with dignity. Mike was very flattered to hear this from such a great boxer, and he did not remain in debt, calling Holmes the best boxer with whom he had ever shared the ring on May 20th, 1986. Iron faced perhaps the most hated opponent of his career. Mitch Green, a promising boxer with a very strong amateur career, was a former member of a Brownsville street gang that feuded with a gang that Tyson was a member of during his high school years. The atmosphere before their fight was tense to the limit. The cocky prospect was not shy, and even promised to kill Mike in the ring. But in the ring, all of Green's cockiness evaporated literally. After the first missed blow, feeling the strength of his opponent, Mitch stopped even thinking about winning and completely focused on survival. At some point, Mike began to mock his opponent, dancing in front of him with his hands down and easily dodging rare blows, after which he exploded with a series of punches, to be honest. Tyson did not even try to knock out the arrogant opponent, but calmly scored points in the total domination, and after running throughout the fight, Green managed to reach the final gong, and victory by unanimous decision of the judges went to the magnificent Mike. With this, friends, we end our review. I hope you found it interesting and informative. If so, support our channel with your likes and reposts, and thanks for watching. See you all soon. Bye.